Okay, so this is chapter 5. I'm moved to a mobile device because I think it's easier for me. So let's get it started. Fluttershy giggled as Dash dragged Epee off to do whatever she had planned today. She didn't know exactly, only that she knew she would keep him occupied as Fluttershy, so Fluttershy could calm herself down. As soon as the two were out of sight, she closed the door hastily and leaned back against it. She slowly sank down, blushing and holding her hand over her heart. She could feel it beating rapidly against her ribcage. Some animals, including Angel, all approached her, concerned. Angel pounded his fist and opened his hands and wore a face that said, "Did that new guy hurt you? I'll pound that fool." Mr. T voice for Angel, clearly. Why did Epe's presence put her in such vertigo? It had only been less than 2 days, and she was already having her breath flinched out of her lungs whenever she attempted to speak to him. She could only feel her wings spread whenever he looked at him. Whenever he looked at her. And she hated it. She despised that natural reaction to wings, except when those urges arose. Fluttershy took her head to eliminate the thought. She stood and walked over to the couch and sat, relieved that Rainbow volunteered to give Fluttershy some breathing time to recover from the presence of her newfound crush. The screams from the ground of rebels yelling biased lies such as Caesar's taxes for his castle renovations or Caesar's work towards dictatorship were angering terror to unimaginable heights. Oh my goodness. How could they all believe this? Caesar was trying his best, but because of the stupid disturbances they caused, he has to raise taxes to gain money to pay damages. Maraville was such a small kingdom as is, and he was in debt because of the soldiers had to send out because of the attack from those barbaric tribes surrounding the outskirts of Maraville. The minor food shortages are also because those same tribes are attacking and even killing traitors Caesar relies on. She wanted to slap each one of them and scream the truth in their faces. This is probably his fault, Ture thought to herself. As the crowd got rowdy, she sighed and listened to the castle guards attempt to clear the rebels. You and Dash, casually strolled around Ponyville, glass of bottle and soda chilling your fingers. Glass bottle of soda. Dash insisted she pay for the drink, and you gladly let her. You had no bits, or whatever the currency was here, to pay for it anyways. So, what do you want to do? You ask, sipping on your cool, refreshing beverage. Oh, just hang out. Well, I'd like to at least know a little bit of our homeless amnesiac, she said, as she gave a friendly but sharp smack on your back. You winced, but didn't show it. You didn't want to look like a wuss in front of her. What is there to know? I can't remember anything, you say, rubbing the spot on your back where she smacked you. Oh yeah, that, she said, chuckling nervously. Well, at least I got nothing, she said. Playful look to defeat came her face. So I heard from Fluttershy that you're a pretty good flyer. Can I see? Dash instantly perked up. Oh, yeah, sure, she said. Come on, we gotta go to a good spot. She ran ahead, tossing her empty soda bottle in a trash can a couple yards away. Wait, they just throw out, I'm not even questioning that. Just throwing out glass. Yeah, just throwing out glass is not the best idea. And someone's calling me. I hope you don't hear that in the background. Try not let you sat in a meadow while Dash psyched herself up. As she stretched, she gloated. Try not to let the epicness overload your brain. Sounds like an average teenage boy. At that, she shot in the air, leaving a rainbow trail behind her. Apparently a sonic rainbow from the ground. That's not actually in there. I just added that. She sped towards a cluster of clouds, leaving you to expect she was going to slam into them, letting the particles dissipate into thin air. But that was not the case. She dodged out of the way of the fluffy white clouds. Then she turned upside down, back towards the clouds. Rainbow circled the clouds once, twice, thrice, so many times that before shooting straight up, the clouds were spinning from the wind Dash was provided by circling them, and had the slightest trace of a spectrum within them. At that moment, she ran straight through the clouds, causing a beautiful mix of white fluff and rainbow rippling away. Dash was flying perpendicular to the ground, which was kind of worrying you. In a split second, she almost turned 90-degree angle, now parallel to the ground. She blasted past you, buffeting your face with immense wind. You watch as she continues blasting past you, only to shoot upwards, twist around in the air, double backflip, triple backflip, corkscrew, and dive. She did figure 8, spins, and even spun around as she flew up, giving her rainbow tail a corkscrew effect. At last, she hit the ground gracefully, a wave of spectrum emanating from her feet. "Like what you see?" she asked, combing her hair with her fingers to straighten it out. Yeah, you said, dazed, eyes still swirling from the rapid movement. "Heh, I knew it," she said confidently. She stayed silent for a moment, and then she said quickly, "Hey, you want to know what it feels like to fly?" She said, her gusto and bravado fading ever so slightly. What do you mean, you say, worried that she meant you thought. Do you want to fly?" she asked, confirming your worries. "How?" you asked. She looked embarrassed for a couple more seconds, and held out her hands. "I can hold you, don't worry." He looked at her with a mix of shock and embarrassment. They all came across your face. It would look awkward to the ones looking below, yet you accepted her offer. Sure? You say, guessing your sanity. Dash blushed ever so slightly, and she grabbed your hand. It felt soft, not worked and callous like you expect from a competitive tomboy. She held you with both hands and said, "Hold on tight, I don't want you to fall." With that, she flew into the air, leaving a spectrum in her wake. It felt great. The wind flew through your hair, adrenaline rushing throughout your veins as you looked down to see grounds miles below. You grasped her hand in an instinctive fear of falling. You heard a sound that you guessed was Dash chuckling, though you really didn't care. The fear splattering against the ground was the worry present on your mind. She was easier on you, as she didn't fly as fast, but it still made your eyes water from the speed. She flew throughout the sky, circling about, looking with your bird's view eye of Ponyville. She made a hard left that nearly missed your fall. You had a feeling she did it on purpose just to get a chuckle out of it. Then she made a turn to fly straight up. You could have sworn you'd broken the speed barrier by now. You broke. So the say it didn't sound right. As the clouds whizzed past. Dash lowered you to the ground and straightened out your hair with your fingers. "Wasn't that badass or what?" she exclaimed, settling her wings back to the resting place. You lay on your back in the grass, adrenaline still coursing through you. All you did was, in response, was nod, your eyes wide. "That's normal," she said, flattered. What's wrong?" you asked. She blushes more noticeably and looks down. This isn't something I always do," she admitted. "Oh, this is something she did only for you." You thirsty? Maybe we could stop for some apple cider," she said, trying to change the subject. Knowing the best course of action, you accept. "Yeah, sure." The plastic bottle slammed down on the table and dashed down the contents of it in one sitting. You with a mischievous smile casted on your lips, chug it all down as well. She eyed you and requested another bottle. You did the same. Chug, slam, empty bottle on the table in unison. Your eyes catch each other again. Bottle, slam, another, 8 times. Before you finish your last bottle, it lay on the table. The two of you look sick. You glance at each other's pale faces. Bladder failing you both, you take off to the restroom, matching RainbowDash's speed. That's actually very impressive. But circumstances, I'm pretty sure you probably could definitely do that. You two exit inside. Looking at each other's faces, you go into a laughing fit. The waiter eyes you and gestures angrily at the stack of empty cider bottles. Dash looks nervously and searches hastily for the bits to pay the mountainous pile of plastic bottles. "Well, that was fun," you say. Yeah, Dash said, agreed while flexing her wings. The two of you start to trek back to Fluttershy's cottage. Dash knocked on as she had a small blush on her face. You decide not to ask questions, fearing to upset Dash. Fluttershy opens the door and gasps slightly at the sight of you. "Am I really that bad?" you say, pretending to be her. No, she shouts before realizing she spoke louder than a whisper. She blushes and hides behind her pink hair. It's not that," she whispers softly. "Well, as you can see, I brought him back to life, so," she said, letting the sentence fall in the air. "Bye, see you two later," she says as she turns on her heels, takes off in flight, but not before waving A final goodbye. You turn back to Fluttershy, and she squeaks as she hides behind that rosy pink curls of her. You sigh, letting the uncomfortable silence continue before walking in the house and plopping down on the couch, tired. And that's the end of this chapter. That was a long chapter. This is going to be broken into 2 parts, so the second part is going to hopefully come up soon. Thank you for listening. Next time we will be reading chapter 6 and 7. Only 27 of these total, so we're going by these pretty fast. Thank you for watching, and please, just hit the like button, share this with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying not to beg too much or do specific things like you cannot watch unless you subscribe option, which I'm pretty sure is not available. So I'm not trying to dig here, but you know, likes, views, and subscriptions help so much. I will be reading more in the future, and probably will very soon. So thanks for watching, and bye-bye.